Hey, Kelly. All right, so we know that Project One and Project Two are intertwined, right? They're the same project. Project One is the process book for the user prototype for Project Two. That said, we have to submit work each week for critique, and that critique work should constitute your latest progress on the clickable prototype for Project 2 and for the process book in Project 1. So right now you've submitted your process book. So I'm going to comment on what is required and what is due at the end of week 3, and then the design of the process book and what is included therein. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have to do this week. So we have refined, and another reason I'm bringing this up is because this is the same iteration that I had commented in my last set of comments. I think it was in grading. But so we want to make the necessary updates to this work. Okay, so then to update the work, we'll have to look at this week. And I'm in week 3, Project 2 mobile app continue stage. For this week, you want to refine your refine your wireframe sketches, your storyboard, and your paper prototypes for your mobile app design. Okay, so those should be ready for inclusion in your final process book. Remember all the comments and all of the recommendations and resources regarding sketches, storyboards, and paper prototypes, and make sure that you're updated all the way around. Construct testing sessions using paper prototypes in your app design. So that is required at the end of week 3. So I don't know if you have developed your paper prototypes and started your testing session. Please review my email and the course announcement regarding recent complications with COVID-19 and your ability to successfully test your work. It's really, really important information. It's right over here in the course announcement. Hang on, let me just, and I also sent it out as an email, but it's in this announcement right here. COVID-19 complications, please read. And then also testing your app prototype during these difficult times. So you definitely want to take a look at those before you start the testing stage. And the testing stage will be summarized in the process book, regardless of whichever avenue you decide to use to test the work. Apply play acting techniques for interaction with your mobile design. Collect data from testing sessions and apply to the refinement of your ideas. That's due too. So basically what you're going to say is give a written summary of what you discovered in your testing stage and how did that drive the refinement or redesign of any of your screens or any of your ideas. And then create a digital mock-up of a series of screens for your mobile app design. And let me show you an example of what those are. I'm going to open this Treehouse PDF. We'll go ahead and take a look at the mock-ups for screens. And again, I'm right here, created a digital mock-up of a series of screens. This is what those would look like. Right here. These are screen mock-ups. So they're not wireframes. This is a wireframe, right? This is a final digital mock-up of what the screens would look like. Okay, so this is what's due at the end of the week, and this is what's due for Project 2. I'm sorry, for Project 1, the process book. Let's go ahead and take a look at the process book. It's also really important to note at this time, the process book is an ongoing compilation of the assignments, objectives, and tasks of each individual week. So in your final process book, when it's due, make sure that you review the course announcements to make sure that everything that is required is indeed in your process book. Really important. Okay, as far as your process book goes, so we start out with Earthling, right? I would definitely start out with a cover page, create a cover page, and then start and come into your introduce the word Earthling as the name of the app on the cover page. Okay, now good job using 2 type columns here because your character count is good, but the typeface is really, really difficult to read. I do not recommend using a decorative typeface for body copy. target audience. Now over here you've got 2 columns, so your character count is nice, but over here it's too long because you've just got really long text line. So you want to maybe create 2 different columns again there. And the same thing as we move through the process book. Target audience, main features, you have your 3 main features, your possible extra features. Competition, you want to view the competition. In terms of competition, you want to be more detailed. I'm just reading right here. Include the pros and cons of functions and features, visual design, and usability. So, and let me show you the competition page over here. Is actually done beautifully. Right here. So you can see the comparative analysis here in functionality and features, visual design, and usability. So, I'd like to see you do that, and also let the viewer see an example of the interface. Okay, and do that for all 3 competitors. And I definitely recommend introducing at least 3 competitors. Personas and scenarios. So this is just compiled into a group, so we don't really see what this is. What I would recommend is isolating different pages, a persona page, then a scenario page, then, or a good idea would be to establish a persona page, and let me show you some examples here. Here's our personas. These are really, really great persona pages. Okay, so here's the persona, here's the scenario, and then those would be depicted in storyboards, which aren't included in this presentation, but you're definitely going to include them in your presentation. So you want to establish your persona on a separate page. Then what I would do is I would either include a scenario on the persona page or include a written synopsis of the scenario right underneath the sketch storyboard for that scenario. It's best to use a 2-part scenario, one depicting the flow without the app and one depicting the flow with the app. Okay, so as we can see, we have a few missing elements. So we would like to get these in place for Sunday's final submission, along with all of the other requirements from weeks 1 and 2 as well. Okay, at this point, I know it's getting hairy. We're getting down to it, especially we're doing testing this week. Get with me, man. Seriously, get with me, Caley. If you have any questions at all, please get with me, because at this point, the class we're about to shift gears a little bit, move into the second portion of the class where we have a group project. So, as we wrap this up, please just keep in close contact. Let me know how you're doing, and especially if you have any questions or if I can provide any clarification. All right, great. Thanks, Caley.